Hey, you. Come a little closer. Come a little closer. Just a little bit closer. Subscribe to the channel now.
I'm feeling good, feeling healthy.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, dude. I'm feeling.
Why is that?
Dude, just
Sell out. Fucking punk.
I'm just big on sleep. Sleep's been the guy.
How many hours are we talking?
I'm an 8-hour guy. I'm an 8-hour guy.
We're talking like midnight to 8? What are we talking? Like how do you get your 8?
Ideally, I'm in bed at 11. Ideally, but stand up and like all that stuff makes that hard.
I was gonna say, when are you in bed? Like Monday, Tuesday, maybe.
Well, I like usually your first show is like maybe like 8. Your second show is 10. Sometimes I'm doing a midnight show, but I'm usually doing 2 spots a night, sometimes 3 spots a night, it's not.
And then you run home,
and I go straight home. Go to bed.
because that's the thing, man. Like, how old are you?
I'm 31.
So you're old enough to where like post 30, you start to be like, I don't want to drink. I don't want to be hungover. Yeah. Sometimes you could also go pedal to the metal and keep it rocking. But I feel like some of these guys, whether you pop because of TikTok, social media, or just you're a fucking prodigy.
Yeah.
If you have like a great stand-up career and you're like early mid-20s and you're out all the time and traveling all the time,
it's wears on you. No,
yeah, that's crazy.
Like I partied hard in my 20s. And I still I'll party occasionally, go out, do the thing, but I also I don't drink as much when I party now. Yeah. I there's less temptation too. I think there's that insecurity you have when you're younger where you're like, I need to prove something, I need to drink, I need to get laid. Like I need these things to feel secure in my own masculinity.
Yep.
And then when all that stuff melts away, you're just I don't
Dude, that is one of the I don't know whether it's I think I reached a point where either I was I remember doing the math being like, I think I've done 13,000 hours of this, of just being in a bar. You know? So it's one more night. If I miss something like that, FOMO,
it's
was not really there. But
dude, I disagree.
You're I need another one.
It's not even beers, really. It's
the moment,
the being at a bar, I think, is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah,
I think when you're at a bar, I don't know. It's almost like you make. There's an unwritten rule or an unspoken promise where you're like, yo, we're just going to have as much fun as we can in here.
When those doors close.
We're going to forget what's outside and we're just, I was saying on the show earlier that I went out Saturday night and nothing crazy by any stretch of the imagination happened, but it was just so much fun.
So much fun, yeah.
We played pool, we played darts. There was this thing in the bar where it was a contest. If you could hang for 2 minutes straight, you got a free beer.
Oh.
So everyone's just
a bar?
hanging. Yeah.
I've never heard that in my life.
It was just I didn't drink much. I had a few beers, but
that's such a good gimmick.
It was just the most fun. It was.
Do you have to pay to try, or just
it's $5 to try.
What I mean, so you buy a pull-up bar, install it for 25 cents, charge $5 a pop.
Wow. It was just there were probably 6 of us. It was I actually didn't do it. I knew I wasn't going to do it. A few Pat tried.
2 minutes is a long.
When I first saw it, I was like, I can fucking smoke that. And then the bar we made friends with the bartenders and they're all telling us you got no chance. They're like,
you're also too heavy.
They were like, bigger guys can't do it.
Yeah, no matter, you could be super strong, but
that's the thing.
You got to have that perfect. It's a rock climber.
It's exactly what they said. They're rock climbers can do it.
Yeah, lean, grip strength.
They said that they had to. They said they've had to ban. There's a group of rock climbers who come in. They
Dude, did you see the video I posted to Shay the other day on the slide thing?
No.
This is one of the craziest things. I did not grow up with anything like this. We went to
it's crazy playground stuff.
Kinda, yeah. It was an indoor rock climbing place, which is cool enough in its own right. You put on the harness and it just has these hooks that you hook onto all the rappelling cords and you can just run around. You do it. You would think that little kids rock climbing, you need constant supervision.
Yeah.
And it's not. They can run around and do their own. They figure it out.
Yeah.
And if they fall, it's whatever, buddy, get back up. Floor's padded. Yeah.
That's gonna happen a lot more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to learn fast.
So the rock climbing was whatever. It was one thing, but they had this other thing that was a big curved wooden slide, curved and eventually went straight up
a half
the wall.
Pipe?
Yes, sort of like a half pipe, and you lay down. You lay down on your back, and grab this bar.
Oh, yo.
And you push a button and it goes, and you get to the top. There's a little girl here who's pushing the button. You can't see it.
Yeah.
You get all the way up, and then you just let go. And these fucking kids.
That's fun.
These kids did this.
That's fun as fuck, dude.
Billion times in a row. And I was just thinking to myself, I was like, for the most part, there's swings, monkey bars, slides.
The classics.
Like, and they really, they added a zip line. I feel like in the mid-90s, zip line started. I remember being like, oh shit. For the most part, there's, there hasn't been a new thing
Playground.
like that.
Yeah, Playground hasn't innovated in a long time.
You didn't need to. There's some guy out there was like, let's fucking pull these kids up with a ski toe, basically, and we'll just drop them on their heads.
Well, you got to think about what you're competing with now. Like, you're competing with phones, video games, all that shit.
It's got to be wild.
Dude, you show a kid a pair of monkey bars, he's going to be like, get fucked. Are you kidding me?
So
you want me to grip on something?
This place had walls you could climb up, and then it had a full ropes course where these kids are like 30 feet in the air, and they're just walking through, like, balance beams and climbing sideways on the walls, zip lining and shit. I was like, this is fucking
That's
awesome.
a great, because you take your kid there and then they burn themselves out. So they're just like running around all day. They get exhausted. Then you go home, you get some peace and quiet.
The best is the other, mostly dads, but it's parents in general trying to do it with them.
Oh, and they just can't. No, you're not keeping up with them, man.
No. I mean, there is no fucking shot.
Yeah.
I could do rock climbing and ropes challenges and shit right now. No fucking chance. They're like, Daddy, you going to do it? I was like, hell no.
Well, there's a thing with a lot of dudes. I've heard this story again and again. My dad, his friends, different people, about how, like, you just don't do something for a long time. And then you're in a buddy's garage and then he has a bench press and you're like,
do it?
I used to bench 225. Bro. You throw a couple plates on, you put it on, pec torn off.
Goodbye.
Like,
we talked about this very, very recently where like I was in a hockey tournament and I used to be pretty good. I used to be okay. But I had good hands.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to stick handle like I used to be able to. And it was like it actually was a very interesting thing where it's like this is what it must be like to be inside the mind of an old person where it's just like I know how to do this stuff. Yeah. I can do this. Mm-hmm. And it's just
not working.
It's just it's not happening.
Yeah, dude. I had the same thing. I boxed when I was a kid. That was my sport. And I was in a gym. Then they had an up and down bag. That's a bag that has like two strings on it. It's a little ball and it moves all around. Yeah. And I used to be able to hit this thing all over the place. And I was hitting it and missing it. I was like, oh shit, dude.
I don't use it, you lose it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I did it with baseball the other day. We had a guy who set stuff just like test us with stuff. He's like, I'm just gonna throw you a ground ball. And I was like, all right. And same thing, like I was pretty good, and I like couldn't even bend down. And I was like trying to move laterally, and I was like, no, my hip hurts.
Dude.
Like it's like it's just like I know what to do, I just can't do it.
We had two guys here compete, Francis, I think you know him, Francis Ellis, and Marty Mush, and they did a bunch of different challenges, but one of them was 1-on-1 basketball, and like the whole rest of the world has ever played. You'd play to 11, And they were like warming up, and they both were like, I'm pretty tired already. We got to lower this down. They lowered it from 11 to 7 to 5. They played to 3.
That's so
basketball
funny, dude.
to 3. And I think it took enough, there was still enough foul. I figured he played to 3. The game must have lasted, 5 minutes. They were like, he was fouling too much. He was calling too many fouls. Like, how long could this game possibly have been? You played to 3.
Exactly,
but I guess
dude.
if you just brick it left and right.
Old man shit, dude. We're all getting old man. I try to stay on top of it. I'm running. I'm doing yoga. I'm fucking lifting weights. I'm trying to do it. I took Muay Thai classes for a bit, fell off. I want to get back. But I'm trying to not get too old, man.
Bro, even if you've done... Bro, I haven't done shit in so long. It really creeps up on you when you're like I had a bunch of surgeries and shit when I was younger, so I was like kind of fucked up. But I was like 25, and I was like, all right, like I'm out of shape, but I can get back in shape.
Yeah.
And then like I needed another surgery, and I was like 28, and I was like, okay, like I'm pushing 30, I'll be all right, and I'll get to that later. Let me finish this thing at Barstool. Let me get to the end of the line, and then we'll do that. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm 40. I'm almost 40,
dude.
And then it's like too late.
That's the
then
thing.
you can't
they
even
say.
get it even if I found the motivation. You're fucked.
They say like because lots of dudes, it's like that like mid-20s to 40s. That's like it's all career. It's a career.
Yeah.
And then, but some dudes like because now you guys both got a little more downtime, much more income. Then you can be like, well, now I can pay someone to help me. Now I can
I'm hoping, but even like we just picked up. We fucked up, man, because we were about to have a lot more downtime.
Yeah.
And then he started doing a sketch show and the radio show, and then I'm doing the radio show. Like, so we have like less time than ever.
That's the thing. It's like every time you get that slot that's open, you're like, well, I could work. I could keep fucking working, dude.
Full blown workaholic shit,
yeah.
man. I when people talk about overseas, how it's just not that way.
Yeah.
And I would love to really sit down with just a regular foreigner, like regular job, and just be like, so you just don't really care that much, huh?
Dude.
Like, you just do what you do, and then, but there's no sort of, you don't feel a grip. You don't feel you have
guilt?
to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I was at a show, and there's this German guy on this show, this really funny dude, Shahak. And there's this girl who was in it was a bar show. It wasn't like a club or anything, but she's on her laptop, and it's like 10 p.m. at night. And he goes like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Put your shit away, you Americans. It's 10 p.m. And she goes, it's 7 in L.A. And I was like, yeah, that's right. That's right, buddy.
Dude, I was in Rome recently, and I was at dinner, and I was like, my friend got up and he left, and so I was just kind of sitting there eavesdropping, not even intentionally. Like it was just they were so close I couldn't help but hear them, and it was two people. And one woman was like, she's like, well, like, you could be a teacher in America. And it was this gay guy, and he just goes, what, and get shot every day? And then he started going, he's like, do you know how much Americans work? He's like, I have a friend who works in America. She works in New York City. She lives in Jersey City. She makes $100,000 a year. And do you know how many weeks a year she works? 50.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, is there a different number? Like that's just the standard.
Yeah, 2 weeks off.
He's like, I want to work like 30 weeks a year max. And I was like, this guy
what does
has
that
it all
mean?
figured out.
Like,
I don't think that's completely wrong, though. You've seen all those like
he's 100% right.
like adult math things, like current, like past to current type things.
Yes,
like some girl was doing math on like what our parents would have done. Like people, if you were in the 80s, say if you were like 20 in the 80s, how much it would cost to live and all this stuff. And she did average cost of everything. Normally, you would go home with at the end of the month have like plus $700, and now with average everything, it's like minus 900 something. You're like short unless you're doing all this extra stuff. And $700 with inflation is like $2,000 extra. So it's like think about if you had $2,000 sitting around every month doing nothing more. So our parents were living chiller lives. I was just hanging out with my dad and his wife, and she was like, yeah, we used to go out all the time. I used to get coffee every day. You know these billionaires that are always like, yo, don't get a coffee, save money. She's like, I went to Starbucks every single day. I bought my house with her previous husband I was making $20K a year. He was making $30K a year. We bought our home. We paid it off in no time. And she's like, and we had 2 kids.
What the fuck? What does that mean?
Dude, it's
like, is it just inflation? Is it?
We're getting fucked is what it means.
Like, how is that? I mean, when I see people that have like 4 kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? How can you possibly do this?
In the world where when someone tells me like, oh, I'm pregnant, my first instinct is go, oh no. Oh my God, that's so sad.
I'm
so
never going to leave that world.
No kids.
No kids.
Yeah, me neither,
but
man.
like I don't think, like I live comfortably, but like I couldn't afford a kid.
I couldn't,
like that.
So
I couldn't
much.
even like.
Fellas, let me tell you, it's so much.
Yeah,
I couldn't be like, well, I can cut this and cut this and cut this, and like then that all goes to the kid. I would not be with like my, like even my current lifestyle. Again, it's nothing extravagant really, but like I could not afford a child.
Yeah,
no way,
dude. You know what you really can't afford? Being a divorced dad. Let me tell you this much. I feel like I live in a world of like. I have 2 different worlds where I'm either like in dad mode or Barstool world, and that essentially equates to 4 lives. So I'm either like paying for my kids and shit like at my house when I have them, or I'm funding a lot of stuff when they're back at home with their mom, and then when I'm like in dad mode, I have certain things that I need to buy and use and do as a dad, but then there are things I do for Barstool, that's like I need to go to this event or do this thing for content and for conversation and just to keep young and all that shit. So it's like single dad, young, kids, their house, my house. And I'm like, I'm funding like 4 different things. It's like if I was just, I can't even imagine just being like, it's just me.
Yeah.
I have one apartment that I pay for.
That's what I have.
I have one mouth that I feed. I have,
It
and
rules.
You must be
Dude. It fucking rules, bro. You know what I did before I came here? Played Spider-Man 2 on PS5. That's what the fuck I did,
tell you something
dude.
about Spider-Man 2 on PS5.
You cooking?
If I could sit there, I don't think I would stop playing.
It's so good.
I think I would play
good.
like and so I have a 6-year-old son who's into it and very good at it. And so we like marked it on the calendar and everything. It was actually a great it was like I had a cheat code where I told him he was acting up with his teachers and stuff. And I said, if you do this again, you're not getting Spider-Man 2.
Oh.
And I told him, I said, all it was like, you just had to be nice. He wasn't doing anything crazy. He was just like, he wasn't being polite.
Don't get not get your grades up, none of that shit. Just
right,
like, just be
a nice boy.
Yes.
And I said, you have one strike and that's it. And he was like, what? Come on. He was like, I just think that's very few like strikes. I think I'm gonna do it. Like I think I'm gonna lose, you know. And I was like, I'm just asking you to be a nice person.
That's
man.
it.
And he was like, he was still down. He was like, I think I'm not gonna get it. and then every time he was doing something, it was like a trained dog. I would just say, be a good boy, and I could see in his head he meant like good boy equals Spider-Man 2, and he would put the thing down, or he would stop saying it or whatever. But then we get the game and he wants to play it, of course.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's the kid. He gets to play it.
Of course.
But I'm like, I want to fucking play it, you know?
Well, don't you have 2 profiles? Don't you?
Yes,
have like...
but like, yes, I have 2 different games going.
Yeah,
but when we're together, like, he's playing some other shit. And I'm like, all right, let me play Spider-Man 2 while he's doing that as soon as I turn it on. Hey, give me that. I want to play it.
Yeah.
But I swear, man, when I was younger and single, I played video games when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I stopped, and now I'm getting back into it.
Yeah.
If I was, like 25 and single, I think my eyeballs would be bleeding.
Dude,
I think I'd be playing video games all day long.
That was one thing I had this like lapse in playing video games when I was in like my early 20s. Like I would say like around like 19 to 21. I started traveling. I didn't have a console. So I was like, I'm not going to play games anymore.
Yeah.
And then I had this like little laptop and I downloaded an emulator and started playing like 8-bit like fucking Super Nintendo games and shit. And I was like, I never want to stop doing this. I love this shit so much. It brings me so much joy. Me and my buddy stream. We're playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now. We're like deep into it. All the little moments we have, all like hanging out, talking with the boys. Sometimes me and my boys hang out just playing COD, shooting the shit, Fortnite, whatever. It's so fucking fun. My buddy crashed with me. We were partying, and like one day we were so hungover. I was like, "Do you want to do anything?" He's like, "Let's just play Fortnite." And we just laid in my place, played Fortnite, ordered food in. It was so fucking good, dude.
That sounds great.
It was
dude.
so good, dude.
I that to me, I don't have any other friends that like are doing it, but I would love to get into. I play Spider-Man 2. I haven't done any like the Call of Duty shit where you're like on the headsets, but I feel like that's a good way to stay with the homies.
Oh, it's
when
great.
You start getting older,
So great.
Like you're not gonna be able to go to the bar, few and far between with like a bachelor party or something where you get together. Maybe some golf weekends if you do that. But if it can be like every night when the kids are in bed, we sneak away and pop the headset on. I don't know.
He's so gay.
See, I know you think that, but I think that the tide has totally.
I'm in the minority.
Yeah.
But like, if my buddies are like, "Do you guys want to talk and play video games?" Like, that's the last thing I want to do.
Did you grow up with any of that? Like it's your.
I actually stopped when my friends started doing it.
Oh, really?
They would play SOCOM Navy SEALs, and I was just like, I don't want to do this, guys.
Oh, damn.
Well, they probably took it too seriously, right? Like, I don't ever want to be the guy being like, I'm on your
over
left,
here, yeah. No,
release to this and get upgrade to that. Like, I just want to, play fucking like Street Fighter when I beat you. Be like, you suck.
Yeah, that's it. That's as deep as we go. Yeah.
I've tried video games. They're just too hard. It's just almost like we were saying earlier with like your inability to get a ground ball or stick handle. Like, I will occasionally go back and try, and I can't. I don't have the ability. I think it's just it's like everything I'm bad at. It's gay.
If I don't do it, it's gay.
Dude, that's a great argument. It's hard to fuck with that argument, dude.
It's called a what do you call it?
Defense mechanism.
Yeah.
I suck at it.
Gay. Immediately gay. You're doing all that gay
and there's
stuff.
no, like millions and millions and millions of people play Spider-Man 2. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's gay. I'd be like, fuck. You win. You win. There's no argument.
God
there.
damn
I mean,
it.
Spider-Man is inherently a little bit gay. That's for certain.
No, there are moments where I'm like, yeah, this is gay as shit. This is gay as shit. It's for kids. But
But most of the things I like are actually gay.
My man's at Broadway every other night.
No way, you're a Broadway guy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can. No way.
Dude, I go to Broadway like every week, man.
Really?
Not that.
I
I
just-
have twice in the last 2 weeks, so I say that, but
So
no.
you're all up on this Ariana Grande drama, right?
Not really. I'm aware. I'm not so much the SpongeBob guy.
John's a higher brow
I
than that.
know. I know she's dating like a SpongeBob guy.
So, like, what? Okay, the story I heard was that she was doing the Wicked movie.
Yes.
And then
yes.
it was on set. Her like co-star. They started to get close, and then they started hooking up and fucking. He was married, and I got the inside scoop. Not only was he was married to his high school sweetheart, and then like came out to her and was like, "Yo, I came out."
I'm a star.
Like, yeah.
I did. Her quote was something like, he, fell in love with like the good life, like the fancy life.
Yeah.
I think he was immediately like, I'm famous, fuck you, I'm out. And then I wanted to be like, dude, have you looked in the mirror? Because you're not going any higher than this. That guy is a weird looking cat.
He is. I forgot about the Wicked movie. He is SpongeBob on Broadway.
Oh, he's
But I forgot
But that sounds about right. It's like, I'm sure SpongeBob does well, but like,
and
you're not going to be.
I know it's not the right answer. I know this isn't the correct thing to say. I know it's morally wrong. But you're married to your high school sweetheart. You've been with her forever. This is maybe the only person you've ever fucked. Ariana
Level up,
Grande
baby. Level
wants
up.
to suck your dick, dude. Like, take the shot, man. You think when he's an old dude and he's talking to his kids like, Dad, why did you cheat on Mom? And he's like, it was fucking Ariana Grande, bro. She's the biggest pop star in the world. Want to suck my dick, dude? This was never gonna happen again.
Bro, I was SpongeBob.
Yeah, I was fucking SpongeBob. What the fuck is SpongeBob? You think? He's like, what do you think? I'm fucking. How strong of a man do you think I am?
There needs to be some sort of agreement that like if you get married as one thing and then you level the fuck up,
It's
either way, either direction. It's got to be like, listen, we both know. If I had this beforehand, I never would have married you. So you know it, I know it. Let's just fucking call a spade a spade.
Yeah, man.
I was actually reading like a Reddit thing the other day, like someone lost like 50 pounds.
Yeah.
And
That's another one.
Their significant other isn't as affectionate with them anymore.
After they lost
50 pounds, yeah.
Oh, wait,
no. I'm sorry. Here's what it was. They are more affectionate now.
Oh.
And that person is thinking like, oh, they didn't even love me, blah, blah,
The
blah.
first, yeah.
And I was reading just a bunch of stuff
Come
about
on,
it.
that's not fair.
It's not fair, but like
It's true.
It's true, but it's also true. Like, and obviously I don't have any inside knowledge of the situation, but like with situations like that where it's like, well, I'm more affectionate because you like you more.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're probably just a happier person.
You're a happy person. Like, yeah, you're right. I am more affectionate now, but like, and it goes both ways. I'm definitely more attracted to you now, but also like, I mean, I was just thinking, what would my argument be if I was the husband?
The other
here?
side, yeah.
Like, well, you're fucking being sexier. You're happier. You're more confident. Like, I'm more attracted to that.
Yeah.
I think part of it too is it's almost like fucking a new person.
Yeah,
like
totally.
You've been fucking the same person for so long. They lose 50 pounds. That's like a new shape, new body, all this stuff. It's like almost like cheating.
Yeah.
Dude, get this. I know a couple, big fans of our show. He lost 100 pounds.
Yeah.
She jumped on the weight loss journey.
Mm-hmm.
She lost, I think, like not 100, but a lot herself.
Mm-hmm.
And they both got skinny and hot. Started an OnlyFans. Started fucking for money.
Dude.
And they're like, we have more money than ever now. We're healthier, skinnier.
Yeah.
Like, talk about a life change. It's like, yeah, we were fat and like, had shitty jobs and like kind of mediocre lives. And now we're like borderline porn stars.
Yeah, and
it's
rich.
like I'm assuming they're doing it like anonymously, and so it's
Yeah.
not like you are, So yeah, you're making money. You're fucking.
The OnlyFans thing is wild how much income you can bring in. OnlyFans, I think I saw something. It was the second most visited site in America, just under Amazon.
Jeez.
It's like the amount
Christ.
of traffic.
I was wondering. I thought they might have had like a little bubble burst because in the beginning it was like
it was
nuts.
crazy. But I think they still have
steady,
like
huh?
big stars, and I know they're trying to go more legit right now because they're doing like a lot of stuff that's outside of OnlyFans, like fucking comics, race car stuff, fighters, things that are kind of like
Whitney's doing a
subculture.
bunch with them, right? And then I saw Riley Reid is starting. She's like a cooking show.
Cooking, yeah, the cooking competition show with like a bunch of porn stars.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like I think it's just for one, it's just normalizing all that stuff way more.
Mean,
like
all it is a paywall. It's
Yeah.
just the technology to have things that are paid and unpaid.
exactly, and it's given a direct line from hotness to cash.
Yeah.
Before, if you were a hot chick, you like build your whatever your Instagram, and then you like get a brand deal with Skinny Tea, and you like do this stuff. Now it's just like pussy, hot line. There's no fucking anything. It's just I can pay you to be hot. That's it.
Dude, I saw Karen Fian the other day. Karen Fian, she said on stage, maybe we can bleep it. I don't think she cares. She said she made $900,000 last year.
Damn.
Good.
Damn.
I mean, her body's rocking.
Yeah.
It wasn't a private conversation, so I imagine it's okay to say, but like.
I mean, I'm sure she posted it. I think.
No, and she
No,
talks
she
about
said I was
on
at
stage.
I was at the show.
Yeah.
She said,
and
Wow.
she talks about her OF quite frequently.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't think if anything, she's gonna be pumped that this drives traffic over to the OF, dude. Yeah.
Dude, that's got to be so great. I think girls who don't do it because of the stigma.
Mhm.
I would imagine 100%, like 100% of them who at first didn't want to because of the stigma, as soon as the money rolls in, are like, I should have done this earlier.
Changes the
Like
perspective.
I've not heard of one person who's been like, I was making $900,000 a year, but like I decided not to because it's like a little bit risque, you know?
Yeah.
They're all just like, I told my family. It's, or either it's still anonymous or I told everybody and like it was a little awkward, but now I'm fucking living my dream life. It's not just being like I'm rich. It's like I'm traveling the world. I'm doing everything I never could do. I was I was scratching and clawing in the comedy game, and now I can just like do my passion while paying my bills.
Yeah.
She's rocking all sorts of designer gear and shit like that. I saw her have a couple jokes about like the dresses she was wearing are expensive. Like I could, like have an awesome life and maybe a couple awkward conversations, or like just float through life. Ugh.
And what's the logic loop on it? It's like, okay, well, it's wrong, it's immoral, or whatever it is. It's like, but we're all consuming it. Yeah. Who do you know who isn't watching porn? If you meet someone who says, I don't watch porn, that's weird. That's a weird thing. And so then the people who are providing the porn, we want to consume it. We don't want anyone to provide it like that.
Yeah. Someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it.
I mean,
no, I'm going to defend that. I still look down on farmers.
Those dumb fucks.
Like, you're a fucking farmer, dude. That's a shitty job. That sucks.
Dude, hanging around with cow shit all day. Will you fuck goats? Is that why you became a farmer?
Anyone who provides an essential service to me, I look down upon.
Yeah, nurses, farmers, doctors, truck drivers. Oh, shit, dude.
First responders, fuck them. I'm almost positive I know your answer, but would you date like a full-blown OnlyFans girl?
Probably not. But
that's the other side of it. Is like I say all this, and
but that's not even like embarrassing or anything like that. That's just insecurity.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it's my own shit. It's like I don't think it's immoral. I don't think down upon you. There would just be a part of me every night that's like
the outside
I wish this
perspective
wasn't the
coming in.
case.
Yeah.
I guess I would. It would
depends
be
on the situation. I think.
Yeah, but like
But if it was like full blown, like I get fucked.
Oh no, I don't think I'm
Or,
one of those old
no.
school types. I don't think I'd be okay with.
What about like masturbation?
Oh yeah.
I know you're in on all
yeah.
this shit.
She's fucking.
Yeah, it's just your dream. It's like I prefer. I would love to be a cuck. Let's go.
I'd be very emasculated. I'd be like, she's the breadwinner. Like what
Either way, you're gonna
fucks herself.
I think if I was dating someone, I think I could do. I think it would start to get tough if you were like masturbating on. I'm not doing like you can like fuck other
I don't know
dudes.
if I could do the full like you're fucking other dudes. Like I would need to have a conversation, and like it would depend on the person, and all these other factors would factor in. I think I would probably end on yes.
You know what I hate to admit is if she was fucking other people, it might come down to for me is, do people know that or not?
Yeah.
Like, I could probably personally talk myself into, like, I think monogamy is a little bit of an archaic structure, and I get that, as long as you still love me and blah, blah, blah. But if all my boys know and they're like, yo, your girl's getting fucking, that would probably be the deal breaker for me, which is, again, is insecure as fuck, and I wish it wasn't the case.
It's the outside perspective coming in. That's what most people are afraid of. It's not their own perspective on whatever the subject is. It's they're afraid of what people are going to say about it.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, intellectually I'm okay with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But emotionally, real life. I saw. Go ahead, finish what you were going to say.
No, that was pretty much it. Yeah.
I saw a stat, if you will. I think it said 2 out of every 5. I think it was 40% of like this study said that marriage has outgrown its usefulness.
Yeah.
Which is a fucking gangster way to put it. Like, this fucking institution just does nothing for us. It was like younger Gen
Well, it is
Gen
like,
Z people
it's kind of like what we
whatever.
were saying earlier. We're like, we said before, like I heard somewhere, we're like that the 9-to-5 workday was invented when someone else was taking care of the home.
Yeah.
Where like that was one person's job. One person's job was to make money. And then when you got home from 9 to 5, everything you had to do that day was done already.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now that's gone. Now everyone works 9 to 5. Everyone has to clean the house. Everyone's got to cook dinner. Everyone's blah, blah, blah. So you have no time for anything. And even in like a marriage, that you're not shit. Like, I think probably the guys still get the good end of the stick, where like most of the child rearing is done by the women.
Yeah.
But like it's still, everyone's doing every job. So like the usefulness of it, where it's like, all right, we'll have this huge undertaking of raising a child. We'll split the duties.
Right. I get money, you get the kid.
Both are going to work. Both are doing that. And I think probably traditionally the guy does less work when it comes to the kids.
Yeah.
But it is still like someone's doing everything.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a.
Well, I saw
It's just-
this-
it
If
does
you got
not
two
work.
quarterbacks, you don't have one.
It really
It's
is
like,
that.
we got
It
two
really is
quarterbacks.
that.
Yeah.
You have two parents who are like, you. And the worst part is, anytime you succeed and dive into things at work, it ruins things more at home.
Oh, yeah.
And anytime you're doing better at home, your boss is like, what the fuck's going on?
Exactly.
It's
Well,
it's the most impossible
part of
balance.
the American shit we were talking about earlier, where it's like work. Where I think if you have a more European structure where people are working less, you're not going to have that same issue. You're gonna have the things are going to rub up against each other as much. I did see a statistic where someone was saying like 50 to 60% of marriages fail, and they were like, if that was like a car or like a product, it would be considered criminal negligence.
Never do that again.
Yeah, you would not be allowed.
Hey,
to
you want
do
to
it.
engage in this thing that there's a coin flip chance that it ruins your life, you know?
And also, when people bring up other stuff like polyamory or alternatives to monogamy, they bring up all these issues where it's like, you're not going to have any institution that lives that doesn't have issues. And it also doesn't mean that you can't be monogamous if other people are exploring this thing. Like, do whatever the fuck you want. Just let people do whatever the fuck they want. And don't have like some weird judgment towards it. Doesn't threaten you.
It is a little bit weird how much it's been adopted by like everybody. When like,
we're all horny.
I think physiologically, biologically, everything is saying the opposite of that.
All trying to fuck all the time, dude.
I mean, I think I go back to when it was a fucking dowry and shit, where it was like, I'm trying to get some cattle, so you guys are gonna get married, so I'm gonna trade you for fucking cattle, and that's why this marriage is happening. Not
Let's
because
get back
it's
to
a
that.
soulmate.
All right? I'll have some daughters, so I can.
Bro, I can't even imagine having a daughter now. The fact that like, let's say, I'm sure they were doing it when they were like 15. So like a few years from now, I would be like, all right, she's a pretty good one. She's very smart. She's just, great at gymnastics.
Yeah.
Really good dancer. Really smart kid in school. You got to give me like 8 or 9 cows for that. That's nuts, dude.
Bargaining with
Crazy.
another dad? Come on. 4 cows? Honey, do a back split into a split. Do that right now. Fucking that. You think that's worth 4 cows? Get fucked, dude.
It's crazy, man. I feel like you've done a good job of I mean, you're a deviant pervert like the rest of us. But you do it you're like the people's pervert.
Yeah.
You're like the internet's pervert. You do it in a...
Well, everything I try to do is like without shame. That's like, I'm not, if I'm reacting to an OF girl or whatever this is, I'm never trying to shit on them and bring them down. That's I never want to do that because that's not my perspective on this. Like we just spoke about. Right. Very supportive of you doing whatever the fuck you want with your pussy and your body or making porn or doing any of that stuff. And also I think sex is like, there's so much shame surrounding it. I always thought this was ridiculous how much shame there is around sex versus how much it's a part of everything. Like we need it.
It's like the reason why the world spins.
Exactly. It's our motivator to like meet people, to date, to get married, to earn. It's in media. It sells beer. They like titties and fucking and all this stuff is plastered all over everything. And yet when we want to express a desire for it, it's that's Bonk. Shameful. Yeah, it's like crazy. That just seems that anything that's absurd I find funny and I find that very absurd. Yeah. So digging that out, I'm just like you can be like, someone's hot, someone's without being like a complete pervert about it. Like there was a video I did the other day that I was like, every now and I do one, like I have to make content every day, so not everyone's going to be a home run. And every time I do something, I'm like, this is a fucking home run. There was this girl, there's this thing called the Fan Bus, and they post like interviews with these girls. We know. So this girl did one where she was like, they go, what's your sexual fantasy? And she goes, my sexual fantasy is I want to be locked in a room with my boyfriend, his 3 brothers, his dad, his uncle, his other uncle, and it like keeps going. And then it cuts to me, and I'm just standing there with my shirt off, and I'm like, it's just nice that we can all get together like this. And
family reunion.
Family reunion. The easy approach is everyone's going to be like, she's for the streets, blah, blah, blah. Like, like that for one, like softballest approach ever to reacting to this. Like the joke in there and the absurdity of what's going on is like, it's hard to get all your family members together. So that's just a nice thing. We're all fucking this girl.
I haven't seen you since Grandma's funeral.
Exactly. But it's like, at least we can hang out. Who cares if we're all fucking this girl? I'll see your dick, man. I haven't seen you in years.
Dude, you have become like I guess you're the ghost that haunts my dreams. Where like, bro, every internet video I see now where there's a hot girl doing something, I'll pause and I'm like,
is it gonna
pop up?
I'm gonna close my ear. I'm gonna close my eyes, and I'm gonna hear "Follow me, you fucking idiots." I know it's coming.
It was some chick doing a split at the gym, and like I'm like, whoa, hang on a second, this isn't video games. and then like, and most of the time that you don't pop up. But I'm just too scared to get horny, thinking you might pop up.
And then your mug is there.
So many people say that to me, and I fucking love that. I love
that's branding, baby. You know, like, it's working.
It's like PTSD with like seeing a hot chick. Like you're at a strip club, it's Che here, it's Che here. He's gonna catch me right now.
Every time I get horny, I'm like, fucking Che's coming, dude.
If I see like a semi-fat pussy, it's gonna be Che. Not every hot girl, but it's definitely types of things.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you have that weird thing where you can see through your dress and I can see the flaps in the shadow. Che.
Love it. Love those. That trend was hot for a while. Just the fucking hanging lips. TikTok never snagged that one too. I think because it was like it was just on the border. Silhouettes, those are fine.
Oh, man.
Dude, you had an Instagram the other day. Your co-host, I forget her name.
Michelle. Sorry. Or Melissa. Sorry.
I'm the co-host of your show?
I call her Chunky, but like, because her name on social used to be Chunky. So in my head, I call her Chunky all the time, but then I forget her real name.
Very clearly you do, yes.
Dude, the clip where she was talking about getting a TaskRabbit.
Yeah.
And
I heard. I didn't.
He
I don't think
wanted to piss on him, and she did, and he was like, "Never mind, this is gross." So fucking funny, dude.
Yeah,
I don't think I realized that was like a regular person. I thought it was a crazy porn star. That's your co-host.
Oh yeah,
who got denied like that. Oh my god.
No, Melissa's done some deviant shit, man.
I just like thinking of someone being like, "This is what turns me on. This is exactly what makes me horny," and you do it, and they're just like.
Never.
Not with you, though. It's so mean.
Well, have you ever fetishized something? You see something and you're like, I want to do it in practice. And you do it in practice. And it's just not the same.
Totally. I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that. I mean, anytime, first time you come on a girl's face, you're like, oh, well, now this is a mess. And I kind of feel like I did something very rude.
Yeah, dude. Shane has that amazing joke about it. Dude, the punchline of that joke I think about all the time. He's like, you come on her face and you got to treat her like a toddler that fell over. It's like, come on, get up. You're all right. You're all right.
Yeah. all that stuff.
So good,
Like
dude.
anal is, does
Anal's
not go as
never-
smoothly as it does in porn, and you can have some moments where
It's never done anything for me. It's never like
Really?
I've done it multiple times. It's never like doesn't turn me on more. The pussy's right there. You're literally like, if she's in missionary position, you put it in her butt. You're looking at this gorgeous pussy, and you're just avoiding it. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Well,
dude?
I also love the another good joke is Kumail's joke about he doesn't like anal in porn because you can't see the asshole because it's getting fucked.
Yeah, and so it's just like back. It just goes in the back, and you're like, that's weird, dude.
Straight back. There's definitely the worst thing is like failed anal. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like if a girl or a guy can if they like it and they can take it and it's just like the same thing in a different hole, whatever. But when it's like she's like crying and it's like no stop, like it hurts too much. It's like, and people want to do that? That's
Terrible.
crazy to me. It's like, I'm just gonna
Terrible,
put it in the
dude.
hole that works.
Especially if you're the one who's pitching it. I never pitch it.
Never.
I've never been.
Never.
If a
If
girl
you
wants to
do, all about it. But you just don't know what people are going through.
Yeah.
Like,
You were
it
gonna
could be,
stick
and then it's like
Dude,
you ask for it and they have to say no, and then it's like now they feel like they've disappointed you, and it's really only because they have like a full stomach and a fucking.
I just
Bro,
like.
I just
I've
had
reached
Raisin
the
Bran
age now
today.
where like I turn down sex, not involving my butthole at all. And I'm like, I'm a little full right now.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's just
little-
going to be regular
Like,
sex.
I'm just gonna use my penis as it's supposed to, and I'm like, I got a bit of a tummy ache.
Dude,
Yeah,
I love the concept of you don't know what someone's going through, and it's like you're like, yo, you want to do anal, and they're like, this war going on really.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get-
I got some issues with my mom right now. It's really just fucking killing me.
God damn.
No,
man.
no anal when there's Hamas issues.
Yeah, dude. I can't. Have you watched the news? I can't do anal right now. Bro, dude.
There really is. I think what you said about the no shame is what not having shame is what makes you makes it like you're not. It's not somehow it's not weird when you're.
I
when you do
don't.
what you do.
Don't feel bad about what I'm saying, and it's like I. There's obviously some things I have shame about, but when it comes to sex, there's very few things sexually I have shame about because it's like, yeah, we're all. You shaming me from a position of being like it's like say if you a quarterback misses a pass or like fucking an athlete doesn't do something, you go, this fucking idiot. It's like you couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
And so you shaming me from a position of where like if I was like, oh, I'm horny about this, go like, oh, what? You're like, dude, you're horny too.
Yeah.
You have your own.
Yeah.
Let me look at your fucking porn that you watch. Let me see what videos you're jerking off to right now. And I know there's some fucking weird shit in there. I know there is, dude.
Have you I've been saying recently that I have watched so much less porn
Yeah.
than in when I was 20, whatever. I
Oh.
mean, that's like phased out of my life almost.
Yeah,
And not
Ukraine. So what are you gonna do?
Huh?
Ukraine.
Ukraine. I'm too sad, man. Can't be watching porn. They turned their internet off, man. Well, I'm going to be jerking off.
He's like, if Wagner Industries had made it through, maybe something had changed. But
Bro, that's a funny concept too. Thinking about what's Elon's thing called Starlink or whatever when he
Yeah.
offers them internet. Like the thought that there was some war-torn families and like they get internet and the first thing someone does is watch porn is
I gotta jerk off
very
right
funny.
now. Gotta
Like some
jerk off.
teenage kid who's like hiding in a bunker and he's like, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I got a signal from Elon.
But
That's
no,
great.
yeah, my porn consumption has dropped a lot. I don't like to watch it too much. I think it's anything like sugar or fucking booze or anything.
No, you got the
Those-
self-control.
Yeah, it's like I'm
Interesting.
just trying
It's like
not
the cookie.
to.
yeah.
Don't eat.
John ate a cookie yesterday that was so good he preserved it like every little bite.
I
don't want it to be gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Just a
One
bite and then
cookie
put it
over the
down?
course-
Wow.
11 hours.
At like midnight last night.
Dude, that's fucking crazy, man. There's like when it comes, food's a bad one for me. Where like if I start gorging, it's like, dude, I'll order a whole thing of cookies and just fucking eat them like they're nothing. Dude.
Yeah, dude, I that whole dessert stomach, like second stomach, is
Yeah,
I got that shit big time.
yeah. What's your go-to? Like, what's your thing that like?
Donuts are like my favorite thing in the world. But right now, I've been eating ice cream at an alarming rate.
Nice.
Like a pint a night, just
Yeah.
like nonstop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
like, all I want to do play Spider-Man 2 and eat ice cream. Actually, what sucks is I have to put down the sticks to eat ice cream.
The ice cream,
to eat anything. It's like I'm really hungry. I can't wait to have some snacks and play video games, and those they can't happen at the same time.
The cutscene happens, and I just start
yeah.
shoveling it in.
Try to get it in before the cinematic
Yeah,
ends.
man.
Yep.
Dude, was your thing cookies? Is that your big thing?
Dude, I'm anything.
Dude,
Anything.
anything.
I'm anything.
Well, I would say though your thing is candy,
Candy, yeah.
like Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, yeah, that's
Like
good.
I in my fridge, like they joke about like single guy's fridge. Like,
Yeah.
my fridge is mostly candy.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy
I keep all my
shit.
candy in the fridge. Bro,
keep
if you
that
open my
thing on
fridge, I can
You
right now.
don't even need to put candy in the fridge.
Nah, it's better.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Do
Dude,
you like
if you open my fridge right now, like the door, it's Unreal peanut butter cups, Swedish Fish, Sour Patch Kids, Junior Mints, York Peppermint Patties, Andy's Mints, dark chocolate caramels with sea salt on them.
Holy shit.
Peanut butter and jelly are also on that shelf. Nerds clusters, the cookie dough peanut butter bites, cookie dough bites from the movie theater, peanut butter M&Ms. I think that's it.
Whoa! Holy shit!
goes
That's
in,
that's just
man.
like I just keep it right when my fridge door opens. There's that top shelf is just full of candy
And you just grab and
Yeah.
go, man.
Yeah.
And
Sleep
peanut butter
eating
jelly
the whole nine.
and peanut butter.
So
and
you're
jellies,
eating peanut butter jelly
on a tortilla.
on a
Are you
tortilla.
doing like every night now? You can't go to bed unless you have.
Yeah, I get in
The
bed.
tortilla is a nice touch.
The tortilla, yeah,
A little
yeah.
classier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Than Wonder Bread or
I mean,
something.
the Wonder Bread is still king. Like
Yeah.
that chewy, soft bread. Is...
There's a coffee shop close to my place that used to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and just have them there. And I would go all the time, and they would always be sold out. And I would always be like, yo, can I get one? Like, yo.
I always said, like, instead of, you go to an airport and they have the kiosks and they have, like, egg salad.
It's like, fuck
The,
off.
the most perishable thing on the fucking earth.
Dude.
Get out of here. If they had PBJs on
dude.
the run, even just like a, cutting the triangles, like, together, like, that little duo wrapped up, like, bam, bam.
That's
I
what I
would pay.
do. I'm a Lunchables guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge Lunchable.
You like the branded Lunchables.
branded Lunchables. I get them at basically every
Which-
airport,
which
every
one?
rest stop. Usually turkey and Swiss or something like that.
I didn't even know there's different ones. I thought it was just Lunchables.
No, come on, bro.
Oh, yeah, but there's, like, you can get bologna, you can get ham, you can get...
Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't know this?
No, I didn't know. Yeah, I've never
Oh.
eaten a Lunchable.
Never?
Never. No, I wasn't a Lunchable
where
kid.
where you from?
I'm Canada.
Canada,
we
right?
had
Did you have those?
We had Lunchables, yeah. But no,
Why-
I was
why
never a
didn't you
Lunchable
eat
kid.
that?
My mom was like very anti Lunchables, Gushers, Fruit by
by
the
the
Foot,
Foot.
any of that show. Like,
That's why I'm into that.
Yeah.
yeah, because you grew up on that shit.
No,
eh?
because I grew up because I couldn't.
Oh, so then you like got into it, yeah.
Oh, Gushers, yeah, right. Those would not be let in the house.
Dude, my mom was anti all that shit, like branded cereal, none of that shit. We had like Vector was like as crazy as it got because it was like a sports cereal. But on Christmas
even
we
know what
got
that is.
Captain
Vector?
Crunch. It's just as
On
garbage.
Christmas, you got Captain Crunch.
On Christmas, we got Captain Crunch.
With the red berries, right? They do the Christmas.
We would just get classic.
Oh, you just get
classic.
classic?
A big box
They
of
do the red and
classic.
green
That
berries.
is one of the sadder things I've ever heard.
Dude,
Vector.
what was
yeah.
sad was when I was a kid, I don't know if you guys had this. Did you have cream of wheat? It was
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
know of it.
My
Yeah,
grandfather ate it, not
Yeah.
a child.
so my dad would whip up cream of wheat, but he made it so good. He would like boil the milk and like mix it with butter and all the shit. And I really liked it. And then when my parents got older, like actually this cream of wheat stuff isn't good for you. Like it's like so much fat, so much cream, so much butter in it. And so they got on oatmeal. And so they took me off of cream of wheat and put me on oatmeal as like a fucking, I don't know, 10-year-old kid. And I was like, this is fucked. This is child abuse. You're fucking feeding me this garbage, bro. Oats.
My grandfather had the fucking oatmeal, and he would do it where he would like drizzle his own. Like he had like the old school, like on the Honey Made graham cracker box. They
Yeah,
have, like that
the stick,
like,
the
stick
the,
With the like ball and the lines
with
in
the
it.
lines.
Yeah.
He would have that, and he would
Yeah.
drizzle it over it, and that was fucking.
That was fire.
Put some raisins in there too.
Dude, having one of those sticks and using it is crazy.
Yeah.
You gotta
That
be
is
like a
some old people
beekeeper
shit.
if you have that.
If you're doing that, you like rhubarb, you like butterscotch, some like old
Yeah.
people flavors.
Or
yeah.
those original.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I had
Got it.
everything in my house. Anything, like it was, anything goes in my place.
Yeah, your parents didn't give a fuck.
No. Only one kid had like better than me. He had at his house glass Snapple jars.
Oh, damn.
Like, having Snapple in your home, to me, when I was growing up,
You're like-
I still think that's pretty, like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like the only time I've ever had those is, like, in a big glass refrigerator in, like, a deli. You know, you open that shit up. To have that just in your fridge,
Yeah.
you had Arizona. Yeah, it was a very good iced tea house, but he had snacks on snacks. But we had soda, donuts, cookies, brownies, like, anything you want. I got it.
Dude, if I had a kid, one of my motivations, like I don't want a kid, but if I did, would be like to raise him almost like a science project. Like I'm like, dude, grass-fed beef, we're fucking
You say that, dude?
Dude, it's too hard. It's so hard.
Same thing
Yeah.
I said when I had a dog. I was like, I'm not gonna give it treats, because then they're not gonna even know the difference, and I'm gonna make sure they're healthy. And then it's like, here's a fucking stick of peanut butter. Like,
and he's like, oh my god.
And same thing with the kids is like, you think like if you don't introduce them to it, they don't know.
Yeah.
But
They find
there's
it
something
somewhere.
inherently too. It's like they're crying, and if they get a little like sugar or a little comfort, it will stop.
Yeah.
Like, you will be good. So here you fucking go.
And
dude.
they have friends. It's on TV. Like to
They will find
completely
out.
like. I would need to like take them to some compound of concrete walls to like pull this shit off. It's
Eat
like,
the
and then
broccoli.
Then he becomes a psychopath. And it's like, oh, what was this all
Dahmer
for?
shit.
Yeah.
It's like you could have just given the kid a chocolate bar. It
I
would
was
have
just
been
trying to
fine.
make you great, dude. And you're eating people. Fucking failed. Let's get a new one in here.
Well, I don't know, man. Whatever they did with you, it seems to be working out.
Yeah, no. They
Yeah.
did a good job. My parents did a
Little,
good
little
job.
pervy, like I said, but otherwise
Little-
very successful.
Exactly. Like they could have like, and that's the thing. Is like my parents were like very anti-porn, very anti like that. I think part of it is like there was so much restriction on anything with that. Like my mom found a condom in my room and screamed at me. Like no sex ed, nothing.
Better than finding no condom.
Exactly.
Better than, I didn't raw dog her, ma.
But I got exposed to porn through my friend Sam Latif. We went on his computer and he's like, my brother has all these videos, and we just started watching like Bang Bus and all
That
this
was
shit.
your villain origin story.
Oh, dude, it was like I still remember it.
Fucking...
I remember just being like, it was like being on a heroin drip. And
Dude, I was
just-
gonna say, it's like, you ever hear that story DMX told, where he was like 14 and they smoked a blunt?
No.
And somebody laced it with crack, and he said it was like it was a very sad story.
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't know that, and it hooked me forever. That was you, man. That was your
Dude, it was-
you had that
He-
early exposure.
when he turned it off and was like, yo, let's go play hockey.
Let's
dude,
not.
all I could think about was that. I thought about it for like a week straight before I watched it at home.
There was I will never forget this, because I couldn't even believe it was a real title. This is back when porn DVDs were like, thing. And I don't know why my buddy got this, or how, where, what, when, or why. The title was "Fuck You Ass Whores Volume 5."
Fuck you, ass.
Fuck You Ass Whores Volume 5. And it would be like, let's your parents are out, let's get in your basement and watch it.
Yeah.
And then it would be like, okay, let's go play basketball.
Yeah.
And there were, some guys in the crew who were like, no, more.
Yeah.
You
more,
know,
I
like, it was
need
like,
this.
come on, all right, come on. Fuck You Assholes Volume 5. We've watched like 40 minutes of it. We're good. Let's go play Home Run Derby. More. I was like, oh, yeah, this isn't going to be a problem for you, dude.
Dude, it's like, I don't know. It was so good. I swear to God, it felt like we watched it for like 3 hours. And then I couldn't stop thinking about it. I couldn't stop. It was my motivator for everything. And then I got
To this
home.
day.
Oh, dude, to this day, bro. Even when I watch porn now, because I was so not allowed to watch porn as like a teen, I get this like giddiness. I get this like, I'm not supposed to do this.
Yeah.
Like, it still feels good.
That's
in that
awesome.
way.
You
I
can't get
love-
that back.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It makes me feel like a kid again.
All right, dude. Good shit. So you're at the
dude.
Wilbur?
Yes, I'm at the Wilbur. That's the fucking big one
right.
coming up.
That's the spot.
Yeah, I'm at the Wilbur January 12th. So that's going to be my biggest show to date. Very excited for it, man.
Wilbur's a very cool spot.
Dude,
A lot
yeah.
of history.
Yeah.
Looks good. Sounds good.
It's
The
like
Boston crowd's always good.
Boston rules, man.
Yeah.
Like they're a great comedy city, great fans. They got a right amount of like dirtiness to them. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger. We're already like halfway sold out.
Oh, hell yeah.
So so fucking grab tickets when you can.
Okay,
for
that's
this shit.
at Durena.com.
Traderana.com for all ticket links.
Follow them, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, fucking
Thank you, man.
yeah, dude. Thank you, boys.
All right, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Click that button.
Or I'll cut off my finger.